to hit the hole and go in, and indeed it does. A chance. Oh, in it goes.
Look at that.
Oh, not well executed.
Kind of like dead perfect there.
Is that attempt and looking to move to 4 under par, and no problems there at all.
That's when she closed the stage.
Presenting the trophy to our winner, EA1.
Brilliant. Well done. Now walking that in back to back. Well done. That's a brilliant shot in. But congratulations to the 21-year-old.
สนามเราเนี่ยนะครับเราก็พยายามที่จะส่งเสริมนะครับเรื่องของกีฬากอล์ฟแน่นอนอยู่แล้วนะฮะเราก็ดูตลาดดูการพัฒนาของวงการกอล์ฟในประเทศไทยซึ่งเราดูแล้วว่าโดยเฉพาะในกีฬากอล์ฟโดยเฉพาะสำหรับสุภาพสตรีเนี่ยก็ยังมีการส่งเสริมกันน้อยนะฮะเพราะว่าถึงแม้เราจะมีโปรดังๆนะฮะที่ติดอันดับโลกหลายท่านแต่เท่าที่เราดูแล้วในวงการเนี่ยการสนับสนุนที่สำคัญเนี่ยก็ยังไม่มีนั้นเราถึงเริ่มโครงการของKLPGA กับ Blue Canyon Lady Championship ขึ้นมานะฮะซึ่งจาก72คนปีที่แล้วนะฮะปีนี้120คนเราก็เห็นได้ว่ามีพวกนักกีฬาในเอเชียเนี่ยมาจอยมากขึ้นไม่ว่าจะเป็นญี่ปุ่นอินเดียฟิลิปปินส์สิงคโปร์มาเลเซียอินโดนะครับไต้หวันแล้วก็วันนี้แล้วก็มีโปรไทยเข้ามาร่วมนะฮะก็โชคดีว่าแล้วก็เราก็มี National Qualify ซึ่งทำให้เด็กอเมเจอร์ของเราเนี่ยน้องแองเจลเนี่ยก็ได้เข้ามาร่วมด้วยนะฮะในขณะเดียวก็มีน้องนโมที่เรา exempt ให้ ในการแข่งขันครั้งนี้นะครับเชื่อว่าใน4วันข้างหน้านี้ก็จะเป็นการแข่งขันที่สนุกสนานมีการถ่ายทอดสดนะครับกับทาง True Channel นะฮะแล้วก็มีถ่ายทอดสดไปทางเกาหลีแล้วเชื่อว่าจะมีการสตรีมมิ่งไปประเทศต่างๆด้วยนะครับก็อันนี้เนี่ยทางพาร์ทเนอร์เราคือทาง KLPGA เนี่ยเขาก็มีความเห็นว่าปีถัดๆไปเขาอยากจะให้ยิ่งใหญ่กว่านี้อีกนะครับแล้วก็ให้มีนักกีฬาในเอเชียเนี่ยมาร่วมในการแข่งขันมากขึ้นปีนี้ก็น่าจะสนุกครับเพราะว่ามือดังๆมือดีๆนะฮะไม่ว่าจากญี่ปุ่นก็มาทางเกาหลีก็มาทางไทยก็มาเราหวังว่าโดยเฉพาะโปรไทยเราก็อยากจะเห็นเขาผ่านการตัดตัวเข้าไป2วันสุดท้ายเพื่อจะได้มานั่งลุ้นกันนะครับมาเชียร์กันนะครับก็อยากจะเชิญชวนแฟนนักกอล์ฟทั้งหลายนะครับถ้ามาเป็นไปได้ก็มาเชียร์ถึงขอบสนามได้นะครับขอบคุณมากครับ
정해준 틀들 깨트려봐 but don't worry about a thing.
Years following in the footsteps alongside Moria, Area, Jatanagan, Gino Titikun. But Pornanon is forever popular wherever she goes. But what is it about Thailand? Why is Thailand so good at golf?
Well, certainly, let's look at these happy and young smiley faces out here first, enjoying the game. It's fantastic to have legends like Pornanon Petlam. She's certainly been on the LPGA for a very long time. She's one of the very first players from Thailand that got onto the LPGA. But the neatest thing, Kate, is that she's here. She's given back to our junior development program here this week at Blue Canyon. And it's great to see these smiley faces. And of course, somebody that they already look up to, they already see on TV, to see her live in person. Spectacular.
Certainly is. Yes, PK Konkrapan there. Also Sherman Santiwua Tanapong in the field. Arpachai Yubol, Chanatewana Sen. So there's a number of strong Thai players, some of those winners on the LPGA Tour that are playing at home this week, and rightly so, because it's a lucrative prize on a famed venue.
Certainly, Blue Canyon has been around for so long, and it's been a legendary golf course here in Thailand.
Well, there was play this morning, and there was some excellent play. It's not an easy track here at Blue Canyon, but one of the stars from the KLPGA, Ko Jiu, a two-time winner. She won last year in 2024, and that was at the High Resort Ladies Open. So 2 wins in her career, one last year, and the way she went about her business this morning, Nam, was certainly impressive because it was a fast start from Ko.
Yeah, certainly an opening round of 65, a very impressive one, certainly setting herself up at the very top of the leaderboard. Very strong round. Obviously 31 on the finishing back nine. How about that, Kate?
Yeah, well, let's check out some of those highlights now. And here she is. Now, it was 34 on the front nine, and this was on the way to the 18th. She had birdies at 10, 11, did drop a shot at 12, but finished with more birdies on 13, 14, 16. And then that approach, Nam, at 18. This was a putt for a round of 65, and there's a lot to admire about this player.
Yeah, absolutely. She definitely took advantage of that pin position there on 18. And of course, there she rolls in another birdie on 18 to finish her 65 round today.
And a closer look at the scorecard. Only a couple of drop shots, but plenty of birdies. And that has set the clubhouse target at 65, which is yet to be caught. There is a 66 in from Park Byok-yeon, as you see there on the leaderboard, and Choi Min-kyung. Also in the clubhouse, her day is done. A 67 from her, as well as Park Ji-young and Song Una. So Park Sang-hyun, well, ever popular, the former world number one, wherever she goes. She had a fan club out this morning.
Certainly, we saw some of those park hats and the fan base she has here in Thailand. It's incredible to see that her fans flying all the way here to watch her play in Phuket, Thailand.
And she would love to delight them because she was 5 under early on in the round. Still the back nine to come for Park Sun-hyun, but has a fan club that's called Namdala, and it's called Shut Up and Attack. And literally last week she was playing on the LPGA at Blue Bay, and they had flown all the way over to Hainan Island to follow her there. They are here this week. They are in fancy dress. They have their banners, the head bands, and every great shot that she hits, you know where she is on the golf course, because there is where her fans are.
Certainly.
Well, our feature groups, and there's plenty of star power and talent in these groups that we're going to be paying close attention to today.
Obviously, Group 23, Group 27, Group 25, and Group 29. And of course, some Thai players for us to keep our eye on as well. Shaneti Wanasan, Apishaya Yubon. Apishaya Yubon, certainly a gold medalist for Asian Games this past year. Huge following as well. And Shaneti Wanasan, winner on LPGA at the Portland Classic. Beautiful finish for her last year as well. Great to see her playing and competing in her home country. And I know the fans are waiting to watch her play here as well.
And the defending champion Lee Ye-won in Group 29, playing alongside Park Hyung-kyung and Yamashita Miyu. Now, Yamashita Miyu is the highest ranked player here at 14, and she was 8th last week on the LPGA Tour. She has 13 professional wins on her home tour in Japan, and was runner-up in Q Series on the LPGA. So she's going to be playing most of her golf on the LPGA, but certainly wants to play in big events like this, as it counts for an awful lot when it comes to world ranking points, prize money, and also just the opportunity to play Blue Canyon. Well, the front nine finishes the par 5 9th, and Nam, tell us a little bit about this hole that leads its way back up to the clubhouse.
All right, number 9, par 5, 561 yards from the tees that the ladies are teeing off from. Certainly a gettable par 5. Obviously, you want to tee it up the right side of the fairway, but then also when you get to the green, you want to attack it from the left-hand side. It gives you the best opening there to kind of capitalize a birdie. But obviously, you see the fairways are narrow. You got water left, you got water right. Well-protected bunkers all around the green.
It's a great hole. Are you going to play it aggressively? 526 yards, and the breeze can switch from the morning to the afternoon. So in the morning it tends to play into the breeze. In the afternoon you get a bit of help, but it's an aggressive shot if you are to go for this green.
Yes.
Into.
Yes, and as you see, the green is very undulated.
Well, let's join Chanate Wanasen. One of the quickest players on tour, and that's why we love her. Nickname is Proud.
Certainly a fast player.
So from the back of the green there at 9. Well, playing alongside Chanete is Lee Jae-yong. Here she is now through the back of the green.
A little stuck on the rough collar there. It's going to be hard for her to put some spin on there.
4th shot for Lee.
And she elected the bump and run in there.
Greens are rolling this week at just over 10 on the stimp meters, and that's quite fast because there's a good deal of undulation. The one consolation with that par putt to come, it's going to be uphill. And wow, 2 big hits from Shin-sil Bang, who's the longest player on the Korean tour. So this is her 3rd shot, we understand. Well, Nam, that was huge from Bang.
Yes. and
She gives it a bang, doesn't she?
Yeah, certainly. And she got a little bit of read from that chip earlier, too. So let's see if she could capitalize on this eagle putt here off the fringe.
That was a nice try from Bang Shin-sil. Two-time winner on tour. No wins last year, though. Plenty of consistency. 9 top 10s. Just inside the top 25 on the money, but a player who plays the course aggressively and has a lot of power. Now Lee. Just feeling the slope there for Lee.
Yeah, you certainly see the aim point reading technique everywhere now, especially on the LPGA and the KLPGA. The lady certainly has taken on the aim point reading, green reading method.
Oh, but is it slowing the game down too much, Nam?
Yeah, certainly a big talk on PGA Tour as well,
Yes.
talking about that.
Well, this now par putt for Lee. Jae-young.
As Kate mentioned, this is an uphill putt.
It's a tidy up and down as well. So a par 5 for Lee. 1 under through the front 9 for Lee.
All right, Chaneti want to sand now. Oh, and she missed it just on the low side there.
So unfortunately, it's a drop shot for Chaneti Wanasen.
Yeah, talking about a power player, she's a power player as well. And to drop a shot on a par 5, that is not a perfect way to finish that front 9.
Well, let's go back a group. And we're going to join Kim Soo-ji, who's had to lay up out of the bunker. The bunkers aren't penal, are they, Nam? Certainly the ones that line the fairways, they're not that deep.
Yeah, certainly the bunker lip isn't nearly as high. I know playing in England all the time, you get those high link style courses, bunkers. But here at Blue Canyon, the bunker are a little bit more receptive. And I would say actually some of the bunkers are placed well for the players to miss them into that.
Yeah. And there is a defense. We're not used to temperatures of 33 degrees, that's for sure, or this much sunshine. Not in March. But a fantastic hole. And there is the wonderful clubhouse. So the course was actually designed back in 1981. So laying up, playing a third now, par 5. That is Kim Soo-ji. 6-time winner on tour. 3 of those are major championships. An uphill putt.
Yeah, safe shot on the green there. She's going to get a chance, a birdie look there, but a long and hefty one up the slope there.
Amazing to think that before this course was designed, it was an abandoned tin mine flanked by rubber plantations. What a transformation it underwent in the early 90s to become this famed venue.
Apichaya Yubon.
Right at it. Oh, that's a great shot in from Newbold.
Yeah, from her point of view, that thing must have been right over the flag there, Kate.
Former world number 1 on the Thai Tour. That was back in 2018 and has been playing on the LPGA. An Asian Games gold medalist a few years ago.
Yeah, certainly pride of Thailand there.
Now, Ma Dasom.
Oof.
In it goes, all over it. Oh, she didn't seem that happy about it, Nam, but maybe starting to feel the heat out there.
Still some glances of smile from her, though.
So 65 is setting the pace early on day one. There are some good scores, several players under par, these players making their way up to the ninth hole, and they are part of our feature group, so we're going to be paying close attention to Arpichar Yubol, a player who has emerged and risen up the ranks now. Tell us a bit about her and why she's had this impact.
Well, she's a great young lady here from Thailand, certainly a hometown hero as well, but she worked her way through a lot of the Trust Golf Tour, earning her top order of merit on Trust Golf Tour, which allowed her to play in some of the LPGA co-sanction events. And of course, she played her way all the way up to the top, earning her LPGA card, and of course last year winning a gold medalist as well.
This is what they're playing for, the beautiful trophy and a first place prize fund of $144,000. So there's a lot at stake. 72 holes await these players. Some are already in the clubhouse. Some are making their way around the turn. Now for Kim Suji, even par. This would be for a birdie.
Let's see how she controls her pace up this hill here. And a beautiful lag putt there, Kate.
Yeah. Well, it's the first event of the year for the Korean players, as it's currently snowing back in most parts of Korea, so there's not much golf going on. Hence the reason to come to Thailand, where you don't get much snow here, do you?
Yeah, certainly don't get a lot of snow here, a lot of warm weather out here. But it is a season opener for the KLPGA players as well, so it's kind of the first time we're getting to see them here for 2025.
But what we do know is that they certainly have been playing a lot of golf. Might not be competitively, but there was a camp to Vietnam where they went for 48 days. Nearly half of the KLPGA went there, including the best players who played on the LPGA Tour. Every day they were running 5 kilometers, they were playing 18 holes, they were in the gym, they were also practicing. So it's a grueling camp to get them ready for showtime. It's incredible. They take over 100 of them away for 48 days.
The word discipline comes to mind
yes,
there, doesn't it, Kate?
Yeah. Now this is for birdie for Yubol to move to 1 under, which would be handy.
Should be sliding just a little left to right here for Arpichar Yubol.
Going for back-to-back birdies. Oh, it's a lovely 3 at the 8th. The uphill par 4 around the corner, but that's going to be a par for Arpichar, Asian Games gold medalist. So 1 even par. Dropped a shot earlier on the front 9. Came at the 2nd. Now Ma Dasom, good shot in.
Just a little cleanup for birdie there after a beautiful wedge into number 9 green. And of course, no problem for the young and talented Ma Dasom.
A string of pars. The first birdie coming at the 9th hole. The final player in this group is Kim Suji. Also a string of pars.
A little bit of cleaning up here left. Should be no problem for the young lady. And of course, center cup there.
So an even 36 shots to cover the front nine. And on they will march around the back of the club. A huge clubhouse here, isn't it, Nam?
Huge.
There it is. There's the lake just short of it. There's the 18th hole. And it seems it's a different back nine to the front. The front nine, you're weaving your way through the trees. There's some tight driving holes. As you move to the back nine, there are some spectacular views and some quite daunting shots.
Yeah, certainly some scary tee shots out there, especially the signature hole on number 14,
Yes.
the island green.
It's a small target, isn't it? From an elevated tee, and when that wind picks up, it is very hard to flight that ball, let it land next to the pin to give yourself a birdie look.
Yeah, it seems like this afternoon the wind is certainly picking up a little bit here.
Well, let's go now to the back nine where the players find themselves. And tell us a bit more about this 10th hole, Nam.
All right, hole number 10, 392 yards, par 4. Certainly, you'll see a lot of players drive it just short of that fairway bunker you see on the left-hand side there. Most of the players want to be right center of the fairway here, which sets themselves up for a better shot into the green here on number 10. But certainly when you go look at the green here, it is a narrow green, deep from front to back, protecting bunker from the left and right.
Well, through the trees, we see Bang Shin-sil, who has gone, quite far left. She's going to have to work this right to left with the approach.
Yeah, you see that follow through there. She's certainly trying to hook it around the trees, and she did a fantastic job.
2 birdies and a bogey so far for Shin-sil. There's a good illustration of what the players have. You can't go down the left-hand side. You will be stymied with the second. Now Lee, from one of those bunkers. Shouldn't be too much of a lip on this. She's going to have to pick it up quite cleanly, though. She's gone to the 86 yards, though. This is, in fact, Lee Jae-yong.
Yes, seems like she caught that one a little bit heavy there, Kate. Not the cleanest contact out of the bunker there.
Open with a bogey. Did add a birdie at the 8th hole for Lee.
Shanae T1 seems like she's in the same bunker as well. Fastest player on tour. Watch how fast she goes through her routine here and elect her shots.
Birdied 6, bogeys at 7 and 9, and that is a good shot operating from that bunker. And it's a look at a birdie. The pin cut on the left-hand side. There's definitely places where you don't want to miss because they are slippery putts. That's going to be a slippery putt there for Chanate. Well, the architect Yoshikatsu Kato sculpted the golf course back in the early 80s and has played host to some well-known golf tournaments. The Johnny Walker Classic was played here 3 times, 94, 98 and 2007. And it's also staged the Honda Invitational as well as the BMW International. But this week, it's the best in the women's game, the Blue Canyon Ladies Championship. Ko Ju, will she be challenged? Will anybody surpass a score of 65? That is making a statement early, but it is a congested leaderboard. Park, Choi, Park, Song also in with good scores. And then we've got also Jun Ye-sung going along nicely and Kim Woo-jeong. Lots of players there from Korea, but there's also some stars from Thailand, Japan and Hong Kong and Singapore. It's the season opener on the KLPGA Tour. We are in Thailand. We're in Phuket for the Blue Canyon Ladies Championship. And why don't we join now the defending champion, Lee Ye-won. This for birdie, and what a start it's been from Lee. This to move to 4 under.
Yes, the defending champ. She came out to play, Kate. She's not messing around by any means. 4 under par already.
3 wins last year for Lee Ye-won. No drop shots, just 3 birdies so far on the card. Also a major champion. Now this is a player who it's going to be interesting to see how her year unfolds. Yamashita Miyu from Japan, the world number 14, has won so many times back in her home country of Japan. 5 wins in 2023, 5 wins in 2022. Now going to play mainly on the LPGA Tour and has got off to a strong start with birdies on 1, 6 and 7.
And looking for one more here on number 9.
Renowned as an excellent putter and showing those skills right there. What a front 9. Out in 32, 4 under par. And in pursuit of the lead, held by Ko Ju. Doesn't hit it far, Yamashita. But once she gets that flagstick out, then that's where she can inflict the most damage on a golf course. Park Hyung-kyung, one of the most popular players on tour. Her nickname, Nam, is Cutiful.
Cutiful.
Not just beautiful, she's cute too. They have some interesting names on the KLPGA Tour, but ever popular where she goes. And a good player as well. 2-time major champion on the KLPGA and 7 additional wins. So this to move to red figures for the first time, a birdie. The birdies so far on the scorecard, but also a couple of bogeys.
All right, and she's moved into the red figures there with a birdie on number 9. Yeah, she's certainly a fan favorite, Kate. Look at her drawing the crowd out there on number 9. Certainly, wherever she goes, we know where she's at.
2 very popular players here. 12 top 10s last year for the defending champion, Lee Ye-won, tidying up right now.
And a beautiful stroke, straight back, straight through, no problem at all.
Out of 33, good start. Three under, 4 off the pace, 7 under, currently the lead.
Yeah, I wonder, Kate, if our defending champ feels a little extra pressure defending her championship here at Blue Canyon.
Well, when you look at the depth of talent, Nam, on tour, but also the other tours as well here in Thailand, so many great players to emerge. Gino, arguably the most famous right now, Gino Titikan, not playing this week. She's had a big run of events, playing on the Ladies European Tour, been to Saudi, been to Honda recently here outside Bangkok in Pattaya. And what a good form she has shown, the world number 2 from Thailand. But that's certainly going to inspire a whole generation of Thai players to take up the game, and which we find several of them competing this week.
Yeah, certainly a beautiful thing to see this new generation of golfers coming up.
Lee Jae-yong. 3rd shot now on the 10th, came up shy with the approach after venturing into the bunker off the tee. Oh, well, how about that?
How about that? That's a highlight there, Kate.
And that's a 3. A most unexpected 3. And to move to 1 under par. No wonder Lee Jae-yong is smiling.
Yeah, the scorecard doesn't tell you how she makes a 3. As long as it's a 3, it's a 3 there.
We'll take that stroke of good fortune.
Just what a testament to how good these players are with their short game.
Yeah, interesting that she is not long at all, Lee Jae-yeon, but she's playing with the longest player on tour. There she is on the left-hand side of your screen, Bang Shin-sil. Not the easiest of putts now. It is for a birdie, though, for Chanete Wanasen.
She's just going to try to drizzle this one down the hill. Just a little bit too much pace there. Yeah, sometimes the TV doesn't do the justice. The greens are certainly very slopey out here. And just like you mentioned, it's rolling at a 10 or 11 out here this week.
You know, it's interesting to watch these players now and just to see they are walking advertising boards, aren't they? There are so many brands that want to be associated with women's golf, in particular in Korea.
Yeah, certainly, and we love seeing that. Sometimes I think they're NASCAR drivers with all the logos they have on their shirts.
Par putt now for Bang. Went into the trees off the left of the fairway. Oh, and what a good stroke. That didn't turn as much as she thought. Well, Nam, as a former touring professional and having played an awful lot of golf yourself, it's going to be interesting having you in the commentary box this week to talk about the swings, the technique, and also the equipment that they're using, because we're seeing a lot of centre shafted putters being used by the players, and that has increased in the number of years. Isn't
Yeah,
it?
certainly a lot more face balanced putters, and certainly one of the hottest putters out there on tour right now is what they call the lab putter, which is very, very popular right now. But back to the action first. Chanete Wanasen. To clean up her par putt, and no problem. How about that tie-dye grip there, Kate?
Well, I haven't got one of those. I tell you what, I think I should nip to the pro shop afterwards and get one. Yeah, that's rare on tour. Well, Bang started with 5 consecutive pars, made a birdie at 6, but then dropped a shot at 7, followed it up with a birdie at the 9th hole. This is now for a drop shot on 10. So the world number 77 will march to the 11th. It is a difficult stretch of holes around the turn. 11 is this demanding par 5. You've got to get a good drive away, and then you come back up to 12 and 13. So if you can navigate your way around that section of the golf course in even par, maybe picking up a shot, you are gaining shots on the field.
Yes, I couldn't agree more. That 10, 11, 12, that's certainly a hard corner of the golf course here.
Okay, well now let's go to the group.
Getting ready to approach the green. Apishaya Yubon. She has 103 yards left into the green.
Front pin on 10. Can she work it off the backboard? Oh, that's excellent. Well, this group haven't thrown many birdies at the golf course. There's only been 2 between the 3 of them, and they bring plenty of star power to the golf course. Now let's go to Kim Soo-ji. Pars all the way so far for Kim.
A 100 yards to the flagstick here with a wedge in hand. Let's see if she could capitalize on this one.
Oh, she does. That is excellent from Kim. All over it. Looking for the first birdie of the day now.
It's incredible when these young ladies have wedge in hand. They're certainly flagging it down.
And the final player in this group, Ma Dasom.
94 yards to the flag here. Okay, and another beautiful approach shot there. Let's see if this group could turn it around a little bit in this back nine and string a couple of birdies together, get the group morale going.
Yeah.
Sometimes when you're dry of birdies, it seems like it's so hard to come around, but when you start to watch players around you make birdies, they certainly come a little easier.
Well, this golf course has I'm just thinking of the features that really attract the best players to come and play it. You've got the tree line fairways on the front nine, the canyon hole on the back nine, and that signature hole, the short par 3, 14th. But it's a golf course that certainly gets your attention off the tee. You can't take a moment to relax because it can bite, and there's a number of ravines that weave their way across the holes too.
Yeah, very tight fairways out here, and it's very penalizing if you miss fairways out here, putting yourself out of position. Usually you'll lose a shot or two trying to just get yourself back in position.
Certainly the most famous course on Phuket Island, and a very popular destination to come as a tourist. So if you're thinking of a holiday to Thailand, and you do pack your golf clubs and head down to Phuket. How long's the flight from Bangkok?
1 hour.
Oh, easy. Great golfing destination. Okay, birdie putts to come now. Ma Dasom. Leaving the flagstick in, as we see so often now on tour. Charlie Hull, top 10 player in the world, leaves the flagstick in from 2 feet, and it works for her. But that's going to be a par, though, for Ma.
Yeah, certainly the times has changed. Before, when we were playing, it was always flagstick out. What do you think about that rule change?
I think for a number of the players, they like it because they find that the flagstick is something they can aim at. Some players aren't a fan because they feel it's going to ricochet or bounce off if the putt is rolling with some pace. But when it helps with alignment, it does work for a number of tour players. It's what suits your eyes. Putting is just all about confidence.
Yeah, certainly. Whatever you're used to, right? Some players, especially the younger generation now, I see them always leaving the flagstick in there. Me being a little bit old school and old timer, I like to take the flagstick out a little bit there. All right, a sliding birdie putt here for Kim Soo-ji.
Not high enough. Looking for her first birdie of the day.
Seemed low all the way. Right off the putter face there, Kate.
Now that's a popular putter on tour. The Jailbird Mini, the Odyssey. Ronnie Yin has won a number of tournaments with that putter. Oh. Kim Soo-ji remains at even par.
All right, but before we leave 10th green here, let's take a look at Apishaya Yubon with her birdie attempt. Let's see if this young lady could capitalize a birdie here. Couldn't put herself in a better position to make birdie. Left herself underneath the flagstick, got an uphill putt.
Taking her time, looking for back-to-back birdies. Made a birdie at the 8th. It was a par, indeed, at the 9th. But this would certainly help. Very nicely negotiated, and Newball makes birdie, and 1 under par. Right, maybe a couple of family.
There you go,
Few friends.
A little smile and waves to the home crowd.
There'll be sure to be more fans out here this weekend, and maybe more birdies as well. Plenty of wildlife around here. I haven't seen any monitor lizards as yet, but Thailand is a brimful of all sorts of wonderful creatures and golf courses. And here we are now on the 10th hole with the ever popular Cutiful. Park Hyung Kang.
108 yards into the flagstick here.
Now, is there a chance that might roll back down? No, it's caught the other slope.
Yeah, it seems like she just weren't able to put the spin on there quite as much as she was in the second cut there as well, Kate.
Hard to get that control. Now, Yamashita. Great start. And this is getting even better now for Yamashita. 4 birdies on the front 9. And that to move to 5 under par. We saw her teeing off earlier this morning, Nam. I think she only just creeps over 5 feet tall.
Yeah, but she plots her way around the golf course fantastically.
And now Lee Ye-won.
Defending champ.
Good start. 3 under par.
And a little bit of a heavy strike there as well. Didn't catch it quite cleanly. That's a popular spot for players to leave themselves at there, Kate.
It's quite difficult from the tee. If you're not super long, those bunkers will catch a slightly left shot. You're very much in range. And everybody trying to keep cool out there as well. They're great, these little bags. And what she's holding there, Lee Ye-won, is an ice pack. And you see quite a few players balancing them on their heads.
Yeah.
Trying to turn the temperature down.
Trying to turn the air conditioning on a little bit out in at 33 Celsius.
Oh, Nam, do you ever get used to it?
Certainly, I would say sometimes I definitely get used to it, but most of the time it's very hot out there too.
Well, there's 2 golf courses here, and we are playing the Canyon course this week. It's a wonderful view from the clubhouse to look down over the 9th and the 18th greens that you see before you. 7 under is setting the pace right now, a 65 in the clubhouse for Ko Ju. But other notable Korean stars, Park Bok-yom, Choi Min-kyung and Park Ji-young, nipping at our heels. All good scores in so far on day 1.
All right, Lee Ye-won, her 3rd shot now.
She had a standout year in 2023 where she won the Triple Crown. She won the money list, the stroke average and the points list. Over $1 million in season earnings a couple of years ago, and it was another good season last year for Ye-won. Now Park having a good look at this putt. There's going to be movement on this, Nam.
Yeah, certainly sliding right to left down the hill there. She's got to be very cautious with her pace control here. Yeah, it seems like she's mapping out the high point with her caddy there, trying to figure out
1 under the card today. 3 birdies, a couple of drop shots.
Yeah, wow, look at how far right she's aiming there, Kate. And it's breaking, breaking, breaking. Not as fast as she thought.
And interestingly, elects to leave the glove on. Finding a few players do that. But generally, glove is off because you just want to have that extra feel with the putter. Well, this player, Yamashita, was second last year on the LPGA Tour at the KPMG PGA Championship. She very nearly won a major. And 4th in the Olympics as well. So no medal in Paris. Just missing out Lydia Ko, seizing gold. Esther Henseleit, silver. What games they were in Paris last summer. But Yamashita, a bright future ahead of her, that's for sure. On this to get to 5 under within 2 of the lead.
Oh, and no problem at all. What a beautiful birdie by Park. Certainly trying to catch Ko Ji-yu at the top of the leaderboard. 5 under par already through 10 holes.
JB, her caddy, who will be on the bag throughout the course of the year. That is one fine putting stroke right there. So 5 under through 10 for Yamashita. She means business, the highest ranked player in the field this week. There's work in this putt for Park.
Yeah, certainly one of those tester par saves here. I'm not sure if she's happy with leaving it short with another downhill putt here, but we'll have to see if she can still save her par.
Never in doubt. That's a good 2 putt from Park, remaining at 1 under par.
Yeah, certainly sometimes when you 2-putt from positions like that, it feels like an escape a little bit for these players.
Well, adds to the confidence.
All right, our defending champ, Lee Yu-won.
Oh, the putting is so good. A par for Lee Ye-won, 3 under par, and off their march to the demanding par 5, the 11th. A little bit of wildlife there, blending in beautifully, nearly camouflaged on that tree. Ko Ji-yu, 7 under par, setting the target on day 1 of the Blue Canyon Ladies Championship. Plenty of players lining up behind her, including Park, Choi, Park and Song. And teed off on either the 10th or the first hole this morning. 7 o'clock was when the first tee shot was struck. And the second edition of this wonderful championship, here we are this week in Phuket, Thailand. The season opener on the Korean LPGA Tour. And the finest players have made their way here to the 11th hole. And Nam, this drive is important because it's got to go down the right-hand side.
Yeah, certainly it's imperative that the players place their ball on the right-hand side of the fairway there. You see that tree in the middle of the fairway. It certainly blocks off their second shot here on a beautiful par 5 on number 11. For the ladies, they are playing at 570 yards. Certainly a meaty par 5, but for some of our longer players, they're getting closer to reaching the green by 2. You see these bunkers there as well on the left-hand side. Lots of players are going to try to hit it just over there, but short of that green side bunker. And of course, just a narrow green there, Kate.
It's long. There you see the whole location today. And there are our players. Arpachai Yubo in the pink skirt will play first. Third shot now into the 11th, the par 5.
147 yards to the flag here. Oh, and she's staring at it, Kate.
Oh, admiring the results, settle down. It's a good shot from Arpachaya. It seems to take a lot to make her happy right now. Not impressed.
Certainly these players have very high standards out here.
Ma de Som now. Can she get closer? .109, maybe getting a bit of spin. Now, winner of a major last year on tour, won the Height Jinro Championship. For Kim Suji, just 91 yards for the Korean.
Her face reaction didn't seem like she liked the shot, but that's pretty good to me.
I think I can tell you why. She was number 1 on tour last year for greens in regulation. So she hit 81% of greens every time she played. So I think her expectations are high because she hits so many greens, and that is a stat to be proud of. What a beautiful place this is. The green you see in the middle of your screen, that is the 14th. That's the signature par 3, elevated tee. One of the toughest shots on the back 9. It's not all that long, but the target can be very narrow. The team here have been working around the clock over the last few weeks, getting the golf course ready, getting the venue ready to welcome over 120 of the best female golfers in Asia. And Nam, this has to be one of the most popular golf courses in Thailand, one that everybody wants to come and play.
Yeah, certainly a legendary golf course. Everybody knows about this golf course. If you come to Phuket, you have to make a stop here at Blue Canyon. Beautiful facility. You got 36 holes out here to play. And of course, just like you mentioned, that leaderboard is getting congested, and it's only getting more congested as the afternoon play continues on here.
Koju, 65. But we have a look at players like Yamashita Mew, 5 under through 11. Plenty more holes remaining, plenty of opportunities for the Japanese star to ascend up the leaderboard. And Kim Woo-jeong, 6 under with a handful of holes remaining as well. But most of these players with an F have finished for the day. And those that teed off earlier will tee off later tomorrow afternoon. And Park Ji-hee, the 3rd. If you're wondering why there's a 3, that's because there are already 2 other players on tour with exactly the same name. There is a Kim Min-sung 7 here this week. So, and we know about Lee 6, the winner of the US Open. There's also 5 other players called Lee, Jong-un Lee. To get to 2 under, Ma at 11.
little bit aggressive on her pace there. Certainly hit it right through the break there a little bit.
There's a lot of feeling the slope with their feet going on here at 11. It's interesting, Nam, that in Arizona, the LPGA Tour returns to Arizona after the Asian swing. And there is going to be a slow play policy in effect. And if you are slow, you will get a one-shot penalty. They actually found that with the players weren't so worried about the fine being a monetary fine, but a shot, that has more impact. And so it hopefully will improve the speed of play, because it's all about entertaining the fans. And the fans want to watch great golf, but they don't want to be watching all day long for that round to complete. So fast play high on the agenda on tour this year. Now a slippery putt to come for U-Ball, but it is for a birdie at the 11th.
Let's see if she learned from her playing competitor there. Very similar position they were just in. Oh, so close, yet so far. Sometimes the game of golf could be so mean. She's certainly trying to catch fire there. That would have been back-to-back birdie to start her back nine for Apishaya Yubon. Still sitting at 1 under par though.
Suji now, Kim Suji, this for a birdie in close with the wedge. To get to 1 under par.
All right, still a very clean scorecard for Kim Soo-ji. 11 holes, 11 pars.
And now Ma Dasom. Even par right now. And for it to stay that way, it was a slippery birdie putt for the Korean player. And it rolled past a few feet.
And it rings on in there. Certainly one of those knee knockers distance there.
But smiles for Ma. Even par, and on to the 12th. So hardly any breeze today at Blue Canyon, and we're now going to go along and join a former world #1, a major champion, a US Open champion, multiple winner on the LPGA, as well as the Korean Tour as well. But in trouble now for Park Sun-hyung, who got off to a wonderful start. Was 4 under through 10. But there has been a bogey at the 9th, and also a drop shot at 12 for Park Sun-hyung. Amazing, was 5 under through 8 holes, but has hit the brakes. Well, from Korea to Japan, let's join Yamashita with her 3rd shot at 11.
Wow, what a beautiful abbreviated follow through there, just controlling her distance and controlling her spin there coming into that green. Certainly earns her title at being world number 14.
It's just a tidy game all around. It's so sharp.
108 yards for Park. A little bit of a tug to the left-hand side of the green there.
Not a best shot. Played a full season last year on tour. 27 events for Park Hyung-kyung. But another standout year for Lee Ye-yeon. Ball well above her feet here, though, at the 11th.
Yeah, certainly. She's going to have to play that a little bit to the right. And a beautiful shot. You saw how fast that rough grabbed her club and twisted it, but she's strong enough to get through that whole shot.
Yeah, good hands, good control from Lee. And presents an opportunity here at the 11th. Well, conditions couldn't be more perfect right now. A little bit of cloud cover. As long as it's just cloud cover and nothing else. We know what could happen here in this part of the world when those dark clouds start to circle. But right now, what a venue it is and what a tournament we have. The second edition of the Blue Canyon Ladies Championship, attracting a whole raft of nationalities from Asia, from Thailand, Japan, Korea, Hong Kong, Singapore, Vietnam and Indonesia, as well as India. They've all come here to the Canyon course. Well, who will reign supreme come Sunday afternoon? 72 holes. It was 54 last year, but an increase in prize money, an increase in investment and attention from the golfing fans has meant that we have a lot to look forward to. It's a lengthy birdie putt, but a birdie putt it is for Park Hyung-kyung. This at 11. And in it goes. Well, Nam, how about that from Park?
Yeah, certainly when you drop bombs like that from the other side of the green, there's nothing to hate about that. Good long birdie putt there. The cutiful.
Yeah. Nam, is there a nickname that you go by I need to be aware of this week?
No, I just go by Nam. That's all.
Nam's good. Nam's good. Well, Cutiful won 3 events in a row. Won 3 events in a 5-week spell last year on tour. So she had a really good purple patch and won back-to-back events. So you can understand why with putts like that. But it's a well-contained tour, the Korean tour. There's over 30 events this year, plenty of prize money, and it's deep in talent and competition. So Lee Ye-won is now for a birdie to get to 4 under.
And she just missed it on the low-hand side there. Certainly that slope, Kate, we saw it this morning when we went out to map those hole locations. There's certainly quite a bit of undulation from the front side of the green there. But still sitting pretty at 3 under par, our defending champ.
Well, JB getting involved in the action. Yamashita's caddy. It's interesting, in Japan, they rotate caddies quite often. So the Iwai sisters, Chisato and Aki, who are also going to be big names in golf this year. There's 2 of them, but they have 3 caddies that they rotate around. Keep the caddies fresh, keep them on their toes.
Wow, I've never heard of that one.
It's JB on the bag this week, and if this putt goes in, JB will be very happy indeed to get to with 1 of the lead.
No wonder they were talking over that putt quite a bit. Certainly hard to read these greens out here. Alright, but remains at 4 under par.
And you just feel that when Yamashita is on the green, that more often than not, that is going to go in. It's certainly her strength. Distance, no. Only flies it about 215 yards, which isn't very far at all. It's amazing that she is so competitive and in the top 15 in the world, but deadly with her short game. It's a beautiful fauna. It's a beautiful place to come and visit. And if you are thinking about it, hop on a plane, head over to Thailand and to Phuket as we are enjoying the second round coverage of the Blue Canyon Ladies Championship, wherever you're watching. We hope you are too. 65 in the clubhouse from Ko Ju, but other players making a run up the leaderboard. Kim Woo Jeong, Park Ji Young, and Choi Min Kyun. And also for Park Bok Yom, a 66 from Bok Yom. Currently in a tie for second, but you wonder if players like Yamashita will have something to say about that at day's end. What a hole the 12th is.
Yes, certainly. Look, let's take a look at this beautiful hole. Hole number 12, par 4. For the ladies, we're teeing off from 392 yards. Obviously, this is a tough par 4 here for the ladies as well. Certainly one of the longer par 4s on the back 9. But just like Kate was saying, if you could get through 10, 11, 12, now the birdie's opportunity certainly is there for the players in the back 9. But the most important thing is to try to get through 10, 11, and 12 without dropping a shot. And you could see, look at this tee shot. Obviously, blind shot from the tee off. Certainly when you tee it up, they got water testing you from the right-hand side. You're gonna have to lay it back a little short, so a lot of our players will be hitting 6 to 5 irons into this green here.
Demanding off the tee, demanding with the approach. Best par 4 out on this golf course. And also, now that green is has plenty of undulation, slopes from back to front. So you do want to leave yourself with a putt below the hole. Now, Kim Soo-ji, first to play.
Oh, and what an incredible shot from Kim Soo-ji from pretty far back there, Kate. Certainly a birdie here on number 12 will be huge for the young lady.
Yeah, that's great distance control as well, knowing the numbers. Excellent drive from Arpachai Yubol. Straight down the middle, good position. All three players in this group are even par.
Yeah, you certainly hear the planes. We are very close to the airport here. Apishaya Yubon approaching the green here on number 12. Oh, and another beautiful approach shot there. Maybe it's not as hard as we say, Kate. These ladies certainly making it look easy out here.
Yeah. Opened her account with a par and then dropped a shot at 2. Made a lovely birdie at the 8th for Arpachai. A couple of pars so far on the back 9 for the Thai player. Final player in this group, Ma Dasom. 3 wins last year for Ma, back on her home tour of Korea. Back-to-back winner of the S-Oil Championship and the SK Telecom Championship. I don't know about you, Nan, but I am loving the names of the tournaments in Korea. There's some big sponsors who want to invest in the game, and there's some lengthy titles for some of the championships that they have on tour, but they're certainly worth winning.
Yeah, it's great to see how big the game has grown, especially for our ladies as well.
Well, Ma Dasom has called for a rules referee. Has trouble off the tee. There she is in the sky blue top with the white pants. Oh, and that is not the direction she wants to be going in, because now has to play 3 off the tee. A lost ball, most probably pulled it left dramatically, and so Ma Dasom will go back to the 12th. Even par for Dasom, but now 3 off the tee is going to prove costly.
Yeah, certainly it's a bit of a daunting feeling when you have to go back to the tee to re-tee again. So we just heard from our rules official that her first shot was plugged in a tree root. It was an unplayable lie.
And that ruling is, if it's unplayable, you have to replay where the last shot was taken. So back to the tee it is for Ma Dasom. So Dasom is allowed on the golf cart. Obviously players aren't allowed on the golf cart during this championship, but in the event of a rules infringement, or not an infringement, but to keep up the pace of play, if you do have to go back to the tee, she is allowed to hop in that golf cart. You see her playing partners up on the green with good looks at a birdie. Now, talk us through what Kim Soo-ji is doing right now. We know that she's feeling the slope with her feet, but aim point, where does it really help these players gain that extra edge?
Well, she's really trying to make the read at the first third and the second third of the length of the putt. That's where the slope really matters the most. That's when the ball is starting to decelerate and it's taking in the slope the most. But from what I could see, she's really trying to get a side look of the hill as well to see how much of a downhill putt she has before the putt starts breaking. So she's looking at the apex of the putt there as well.
Well, with that unplayable tee shot that Dasom had, she could have taken a drop, but the drop would have meant she would have had to be blocked out by the tree. Hence, she decided to go back to the tee. That was her better option. So now, playing 4. Oh, it's a superb 4th shot in for Dasom. Could be just the 1 drop shot.
Yeah, certainly if she makes a 5, that will be a great escape for Ma Dasom.
Certainly worth another look. 3 off the tee. First tee shot was unplayable, elected to go back. 4th shot, nearly thought about going in. It was all over the target, but that would be for a bogey for Ma Dasom. Even par right now. Let's return to the 12th tee, and we'll go back to Park Hyung-kyung.
Yes, for the viewers at home, remember that this is a blind tee shot for our players. When they tee off, they can't see where the ball is landing, certainly, but a great drive for Park there up the left-hand side of the fairway.
Going with driver, Yamashita on 12. That's going to scamper on down the fairway into position A1.
All right, Lee Yi-won now on the tee. Elected the driver as well. And she's calling for it to...
Whoa. Settle down. That was a big drive from Lee. Yeah. Got the distance and just hoping that the lie is not too much of a hanging lie. But water certainly comes into play on several of the holes on the back nine. And here is a perfect example of that to the signature 14th, where we join Park Sun-hyung. Not long, just 143 yards, but it's all about the breeze.
For the players, they're playing at 133 yards to the flagstick here. And just like Kate mentioned, it's not a long par 3, but the looks, the visual certainly is very scary for all players here this week. All right, birdie putt for Apishaya Yubon to move to 2 under par.
Oh, that was brilliant.
And a little fist pump.
And that's put a smile on Yubon's face. And why not? 2 under, 5 off the lead. And that's a rare birdie on the 12th as well. That's an excellent shot in. Nearly as good as this from Ma De Som, but well, Apachai Yubon will write a 3 on the scorecard. This is actually for a 5 after being 3 off the tee.
Well, a great bogey save there for Ma De Som. Certainly dropping 1 shot. Better off than dropping 2 shots there after the errant tee shot there.
A rueful smile, Phil, as well, from Ma De Som.
Sometimes you just gotta damage control sometimes.
Well, we talk about how much water comes into play on the back nine. There are so many attractive features here at the Blue Canyon Golf Club. We're on the Canyon course this week. 65 is the target. Coach Yu has already signed off next to that number. And you wonder if that will be beaten this afternoon, Nan. So Yamashita making inroads, pecking away at the lead.
Yeah, certainly we're gonna have to keep our eye on Yamashita. Certainly from Japan, chasing Coach Yu.
Well, let's join the world number 14 now. Here she is, Miyu Yamashita.
141 yards. The ball just a little below her feet. Oh, but she striked it great, just did not hold. You could hear how hard the surface on that green is. took a huge kick all the way to the back of the green there.
Some big drives here. First to play in the pink. There's Lee. .177 yards. All right, and she found the dance floor. She's at least going to get a birdie attempt there. This is a good view back down the fairway on 12. And just 112 yards in now for Park Hyung-kyung.
Yeah, it's certainly a huge drive from her.
And an abbreviated follow through for Park. Having a look at this, will it settle down and get some spin? It's going to try.
There we go, we got a little thumbs up.
Well, back in her heyday, Park Sun-hyung was referred to as Tiger by the caddies, as they thought she hit it like Tiger Woods. But she is the pencil slim star who has everything apart from a smile. Doesn't give much away, but this is for a birdie 2 at 14. And could do with a couple of birdies because made 5 on the bat, or 5 early on in the round, and then had a bogey and 3 bogeys on the trot around the turn, and that difficult spell of holes. So this now for a 3 for Park.
All right, and a par on 14. It's incredible how much of a momentum game golf is, isn't it, Kate? Sometimes after a couple of bogeys there certainly could kind of flip-flop switch and certainly take you down a rabbit hole you don't want to go down.
Well, Park will be wanting to avoid those rabbit holes as they have appeared 2 under. Sun-hyung is right now. But at the sharp end of the leaderboard, plenty of birdies between these players. One Japanese player features Yamashita Miu, but over 40 players from the KLPGA here in Thailand this week in Phuket. It's the 2nd edition of the Blue Canyon Ladies Championship. And it's an awful lot warmer than it is in Korea right now, where there is heavy snow. And is kicking off the KLPGA season for 2025. Third shot for Yamashita Miu. This at the back of 12. Going along very nicely indeed. 5 under par. Oh, and has a tidy short game to lean on. Just a kick and putt for Yamashita. Well, it's been a good year so far for Mew. 8th last week at the Blue Bay LPGA, 4th at the Founders Cup on the LPGA Tour. Won her tour card by finishing runner-up at Q School at the end of November, December. And it'll be very interesting to see how Japanese golf fares this year. Not just in Japan, but also on the LPGA, as well as Thai golf, with Gino, with Arpichaya, with Chanete as well.
Yeah, incredible talent here in Asia, certainly. And could you imagine if she brought home a medal from the Asian Games to Japan? Could you imagine the kind of fan love that she would have gotten?
Yeah, and we haven't even mentioned the sisters, of course, Moria and Arya Jutanagan. And Arya, former world number 1, a major champion. So Thailand has an awful lot to be proud of when it comes to its golfers. But now, this is the defending champion now, Lee Ye-won, towards the back of the green at 12. But this now for a birdie and to move to 4 under.
Just such a beautiful stroke, steady hands there, and just one revolution shy of another birdie.
Would have been the first birdie on the back 9, out in 33 for Lee, and straightforward tap in there, but it's been a solid start. The 3-time winner last year on tour.
Yeah, parring this hole number 12 already feels like you're gaining half a shot on the players against the field. But if you birdie number 12 here, certainly it's going to feel like you got a lot of advantage against the field. All right, and here comes Park with her birdie attempt. After a short little approach shot from 126 yards. Glove on, flag stick in.
And a par it will be for Park. 2 birdies, 2 under, as they head to the demanding tee shot on 13. The Canyon hole. Why don't we have a look at this fabulous hole? Look at it from the back tees and what the players have to contend with now.
Yeah, certainly when you look visually, there's not much fairway to be seen for players out here at all. You see up the left-hand side is the safest play, but as you know, this hole is known for the Tiger line. This is the hole Tiger drove the green on, and they even made a memorial plaque for him at the back of the tee. But for all the players this week, they're going to sit there and figure out if they're going to go with fairway medals or a driver. And the more aggressive line there will be just right of that fairway bunker. That will set them up for a short little wedge shot into this green. The second shot into this green certainly is very uphill. The greens are very receptive, wide, but not deep by any means. So distance control is going to play a certain big factor here.
Well, we know that the longest player in the field from Korea is Bang Shin-sil, but I don't know if even she's got a 330-yard drive. That's what Tiger had when he hit the green in the Johnny Walker Classic back in 1998. So most of these players taking this hole on the conventional way. It's a good drive, though, for Kim Soo-ji now with her approach. Not much in hand.
Looks like it was on a great line from her point of view. Just a little bit long, and I'm not even sure if she could even see where that ball landed. Just like I say, blind shot off the tee, blind shot into the green. Certainly these players are playing with their feel and their instincts.
Great tee shot for Yubon.
84 yards going into the flag here. You could see the ball well below her feet.
Well, most of the professionals this week will carry 4 wedges in the bag. Often a 50, 54 and a 58 degree. A few players have got a 60 degree. But they have dialed in their distances. They know exactly the kind of control that they're going to get. So for Yubon, a shot that's been practiced 1,000 times at least.
I don't know if she caught that one a little bit thin. You saw how low the ball was beneath her feet there. She certainly had to get a pretty good squat into that setup there.
Well, that is an enormous drive. And that's from Ma Desom. 54 yards remaining.
It might not have been the Tiger line, but it's the closest one we've seen so far. All right, after a drop shot on number 12, she's looking right at the flagstick here from 56 yards. Not much landing area. Oh, but she manages to spin it on a downhill slope there, Kate. That's incredible.
And it's a chance of a 3. Get one back from the 12. Well, that drive from Ma Desom went 310 yards. So she certainly found a sweet spot. It's a power game now. We were on the tee earlier watching the players tee off before coming into commentary. And a lot of the power is coming from the ground up now. These players doing a lot of box jumps, a lot of squats. There's some heavy lifting going on.
Yeah, certainly more ground force reaction, as they like to say in the instruction world. But you could see these young ladies out here certainly using the ground very well. They're powering their shots with their lower extremity very well. Certainly huge hip rotation as well.
So for those who join us who are watching, what's the best thing to do in the gym to add a few more yards to your drive that these players have adopted so well?
I would say some of the best way to gain distance is to increase, number 1, flexibility in your hips rotation. Number 2, work on your lower body. Work on your glutes and core. That's what Tiger preaches about all the time.
Okay, well, don't go to the gym just yet. Do stay with us for this opening round coverage. Let's see if Arpachai Yubon can walk away with a birdie. But yeah, it's certainly how the game has evolved over the last 20 years. And with tech as well and the data available to players. But right now, Arpachai Yubon needs to feel this putt and hopefully she'll write her name next to a 3.
It goes up and then down very quickly as it picks up pace. Oof. Goodness gracious, I was almost there.
That's a good roll. And an easy 4. Finding form around the turn for Yubon. This tricky stretch of holes. Classy player. There's a lot to admire about her game. Now, Suji Kim A lot of the players said that they were looking forward to that rule changing. You can see there, Suji is able to tap down the spike marks. That rule changed a few years ago because certainly if you played at the tail end of the day on a Thursday or a Friday and you had some demanding putts to make in order to, make safe way through to the weekend and make the cut, you could get some horrible putts.
Yes.
All spiked up.
Yeah, certainly great to see that the game of golf is making the change to the rules, not to only accommodate faster pace of play, but to make sure that all the players get the safest or the fairest conditions.
Kim for a 3 to get to 1 under.
All right, no birdies for the first 2 players in this group, but let's see if Madison can capitalize on a birdie here on hole number 13.
Hit it straight left. Even par, Desom will remain. And they'll head off to the short par 3, the 14th. Well, there's hardly any breeze at all out there on the golf course, Nam. This morning, the front nine, you play into the breeze, and the breeze switches from morning to afternoon.
Yeah, usually I would think that the breeze would pick up in the afternoon, but certainly for the morning players, they had to deal with more of the wind conditions this morning, and this afternoon the wind has died down and the temperature has definitely gone up.
Well, one thing we do know about this course is, and this place, Phuket, it is always warm. All year round, really the best time to come along. Just after Christmas, that always seems to be guaranteed sunshine. How about this par 3?
Just a beautiful par 3 here, the signature hole here at Blue Canyon. Just a short little par 3 down the hill to an island green. Apishaya Yubon will go first. Nickname Piano. Well, we said the wind isn't picking up, but as soon as the player arrived to hole 14, you could hear the wind swirling.
I want to hear why she's called Piano as well. What's why the nickname Piano?
I'm not sure who gave her the nickname, but that's what she's known for. She's here. Everybody knows her by that name.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, the way she's playing, finds a couple more birdies, and will be playing a pretty tune as we watch her throughout the week. Now Kim Suji. Eight iron, maybe a 9 for Kim. See that cross breeze left to right. Trying to hold it up against that.
Yeah, and the breeze definitely took that one for sure. You'll see a lot of players here choking down on their club, trying to keep it underneath the wind, trying to knock it low, keep the spin off the ball, trying to find anywhere on that dance floor.
Ma Dasom, final player in this group. They've arrived on 14, this elevated tee. Looking to hold it up and flight it next to the hole. This looks like it's a good line. Oh, it was a great line as that breeze freshens.
Just so hard to judge the distance on this hole when it's so downhill with the wind swirling. You could see Apishayayubon even wind checking it again. She's still confused by it.
Drop back a hole now and join Lee Jae-won.
Yeah, just like we mentioned before, this approach shot is very uphill from 126 yards. And she flags it.
That's a cracking shot in from Ye-won.
Well, she's certainly letting us know who the defending champ is this week.
And it wasn't the only win last year. There were 2 more victories. Also has a major on her resume. Brings a lot to the golf course. Now the diminutive Japanese star. Just 76 yards for Yamashita.
Another beautiful wedge shot from Yamashita.
Two good shots in, 2 great looks at a 3. And now for Park Hyung-kyung. Excellent drive from Beautiful. Only 74 yards as well. Just a toss with a wedge. Three excellent shots in, 3 good looks at a birdie.
For the viewers that are tuning in with us, stay with us this afternoon. The heat is just starting to heat up, certainly as the players move past hole number 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. These are all birdie opportunities. We're going to have to see who moves up and down the leaderboard for the rest of the afternoon here with us.
Well, who could possibly throw more than 9 birdies on the scorecard? Then Ko Ju, just the 2 drop shots. That on 4 and also 12, but a job well done for Ko. 2-time winner on tour, won last year.
Park will go first with her birdie attempt here to move up to 3 under par. Oh,
nearly a full horseshoe out.
She's going to have a talk with the greenskeeper after that putt. Whoever cut that hole certainly cut it with razor blades.
It's an enormous ball marker that Yamashita's got there. Looks like a casino chip. Maybe that's where she's off to later. She plays well this week. She might have a fair bit to play with. Birdie now for Yamashita. Great start to get to 6 under within 1.
a slippery birdie putt.
Still no drop shots for the player who is only 4 feet 11 inches tall. And she won Q-School in 2024. She shot 8 under in the final round, a round of 64 to finish 6 clear shots at the top on 27 under. So that really got the attention of the LPGA. Can there be a birdie here from Lee Ye-won?
All right, center cup there.
Good looking scorecard, no blemishes, 4 under, trailing by 3. Now let's jump ahead a hole to the putting action of Ma de Som. This for a 2.
All right, should be a routine par for Ma de Som there.
Trying to find a spark to get that round going. And now we've been busy with our chief researcher who's provided us with some excellent information that Arbichar Yubon, her nickname is Piano because her father wanted her to play the piano.
Wow.
I'm glad she took up golf. I think that's far more lucrative. It certainly worked for her. But she has a brother, and guess what his nickname is?
What is it?
Guitar.
Oh, wow.
I'm not sure whether he plays the guitar or if he's a golfer, but piano and guitar, the parents must be very proud of them, and that she has piano engraved onto her wedges. So let's see whether she can make a 2 here.
Just a little short there. Yeah, certainly I know her father might have wanted her to play the piano, but she certainly is playing these golf clubs like an instrument, that's for sure, Kate. She's definitely one of the best player here in Thailand.
Oh. Kim Soo-ji tidying up for her par putt on 14.
All right, a testy little par putt, but no test for her. Clean scorecard so far. Nothing but straight pars there, Kate.
And never underestimate bogey avoidance as well. Obviously, players want to make birdie, but you keep those bogeys off the scorecard, and then hopefully those birdies will come. Lydia Ko, an exponent of that. Has the most rounds on tour over the last 10 years for bogey avoidance, and has just won her 23rd title on tour at the HSBC Women's World Championship a couple of weeks ago in Singapore.
Yes, for the young players that are tuning in, listen to Kate carefully. It's not always about making birdies. It's always about bogey avoidance. It might not sound so flashy, but it keeps your score nice and low.
Well, Lee Ye-won could do with a low ball flight here, so it doesn't get caught up in that cross breeze. It's left to right.
On a pretty good line there, Kate.
Settle, sit down.
Oh,
And that has, we've just heard, gone into the water. Well, she could re-tee or go to the drop zone, but maybe she thought that was more of a breeze that was playing into rather than across.
yeah, with that crosswind left to right, players are going to have to elect to aim it a little bit left of the flagstick there. But of course, with that water hazard, you know, you don't want to be too cute with it there. Yeah, sometimes I actually think that this pin location, even though it's right in the middle of the green, it's maybe the trickiest one. It makes players certainly second guess themselves a lot.
It's an 8-iron in the hands for Park Hyung-kyung. Interestingly, teeing it up from the left side of the tee box, looking maybe for a fade. Good for distance. That's certainly an error there for Lee Ye-won. Well, Yamashita, born in Osaka, Japan. Played all over the world, already a 13-time winner on her home tour, playing LPGA, and it's just an 8-iron in the hands.
Started well right of the flag there though, Kate.
So not threatening the hole, and work to do there for the defending champion, who's gone in the drink on 14. Well, they're going to make their way down to the 14th. Here are some beautiful aerial shots of the 14th hole from a different angle. And let's check out the leaderboard. Still no change at the top, Nan. You wonder, do you think that there is a lower score out there than a 65 today?
I think Yamashita has a chance of kind of breaking that 7 under par lead, but we'll have to see how she pans out on 14, 15, and 16 there, as those are some scoring holes for her. But I think 7 under par is sitting pretty safe so far.
To the putting action of the world number 14, Miyu Yamashita. We're going along very nicely indeed. Plenty of birdies on the scorecard. This now to get to 6 under par and within 1.
Oh, and a beautiful lag putt there. Great speed control. She's very well in command of her game right now. 4 birdies, no bogeys. Clean scorecard. Only 3 shots behind our leader.
Yamashita won the money list in Japan 2 years in a row in 2022 and 2023, where she won 5 times during each of those seasons. Now to Park, a 7-time winner herself. This is a long-range putt, but it is, well, it is for a birdie. It'll be a good putt to hold, though, for Cuticle. To get to 3 under.
Just ran out of pace there. Seems like she was tracking it right on line.
So a 3 for Park, but into the drink it was for Lee Ye-won. And so it's going to be a drop shot for the defending champion, playing her 4th.
Yeah, certainly one of those moments where she really got to dig deep. Damage control. She's got a great round going for her. Doesn't want to drop more than 1 shot here. Taking a second look. It's a bogey putt, but it's a very important one for her. And she just missed it on the low side with a lot of pace as well.
Well, frustrating for Lee. That's going to be a double bogey putt right there. 3 birdies, so good on the front 9. Another birdie that she added at the 13th.
Yeah, it's incredible from her point of view on that tee shot, right, Kate? I bet you she thought she hit it great, right on line, and then, of course, when she sees the ball land, it's at the back of the green. And, of course, it took a massive kick into the water.
Yeah, I'm not sure what the word is for oh dear in Korean, but that's what she was muttering moments ago. But now, this for a 5 for Lee. So a costly double bogey, which draws her back to 2 under for the championship. Still maintaining a smile. Got to be able to compartmentalize, haven't you?
Yeah, certainly.
Need
certainly
the memory of a goldfish to play good golf. But you can only win on Sunday if Thursday goes well. And this player in particular is stitching together a very nice score. No drop shots, plenty of birdies. That putter is a wand for Yamashita. She confidently strides to the par 5, the 15th. We're going to jump ahead now and join Park Sun-hyun.
For birdie.
It was such a good front 9 for Park. 5 birdies early on, but there have been several drop shots since.
All right, and she rolls it in for a birdie there after a couple of bogeys on number 8 and 11. Seems like she's starting to find her confidence back.
First birdie of the back 9 for Park.
There's nothing like a birdie, is there, Kate? It's the best medicine in golf. What can you say?
An eagle's better.
Uh,
How about this 15th hole now?
Beautiful par 5 here on hole number 15. Just like we say, it's a scoring hole for the ladies. 554 yards. Certainly for some of the players, they can reach it in 2. And even if you don't, it is still a very scoreable par 5 here. On the tee shot, you have that bunker on the left-hand side to avoid. Most players are going to hit it up the right center of the fairway. And then on the second shot, either going with a fairway metal or a long iron over that fairway bunker as well. As soon as you clear that fairway bunker, the fairway opens up quite a good amount. You see lots of players on that left-hand side of the fairway there, kind of nestled in that rough, but that's kind of the perfect position to attack this green. And of course, when you come up to the green, you got a 2-tier green sloping from front to back, undulating from left to right a little bit, and then of course you got those 3 bunkers protecting the green very well.
So, the piano. Her third shot for U-ball into 15. Back pin today, nestled on that back right tier.
Oh, and a beautiful wedge shot there, just about holed out from the fairway there. Yes, sitting at 2 under par, she's in a great position to really move up the leaderboard. If these next 4 holes go well for her, she could be sitting at the very top of that leaderboard there, Kate.
Yeah, could be on song. Third shot now for Kim.
Only 71 yards to the flag here.
Slightly trickier angle now for Ma de Somme. Hard to get some spin from this line.
Just like you said, Kate, certainly hard to get that spin control out of that second cut. Looked like she found a great landing area, but the green certainly was not welcoming by any means.
And just looks a little bit frustrated. He's paid the price a couple of holes ago, 3 off the tee, and that's a lengthy birdie putt to come. But Yubon in close.
And a tap-in birdie.
We like that length.
All right, 3 under par for Pichaya Yubon. I certainly hope to hear her, you call her piano when she's on LPGA.
We know there's a song called The Piano Man, but she could be the piano woman come the end of today as she continues with those Edie birdie putts. Uphill putt now, this is for Ma de Somme. Ran away after the hole. And she's going to feel the slope. It's going to move from right to left. The greens are rolling smoothly now. You know, they look like they're slightly different colours, but they are smooth to putt on.
Yes.
Let's go to a great par 3. This is the 17th, and here we join Park. Front pin today on 17. So a 9-iron there from 139 yards for Park. And have a look at this green, because the hole can play completely differently if you pop the flag in that back right-hand segment.
Yeah, it's incredible how the pin location can really turn this hole around, make it completely like a different hole. But let's come back here on hole number 14. Or 15, I apologize. And a lengthy uphill birdie putt.
Good for pace. Good try from Dasson.
Kate, you're absolutely right, though. Look at these young ladies' t-shirt. I mean, they could put logos everywhere now. It used to just be on the arm sleeve and on the chest, right? Now you got one on the back, or no, 4 on the back.
Yeah. Yeah, they are walking advertising boards, and no wonder why. There's so much exposure for Korean golf. 30 events this year. This is the first one. And we're in Phuket, Thailand. But when they go back, you're playing for nearly $1 million each week, US dollars. And so companies want to get him, become part of the action. Great television as well. In Korea, there's 3 television channels devoted to golf. And you've also got 3 tours. You've got the Dream Tour, the Jump Tour, and then the main tour, the KLPGA.
Yeah, certainly the golf craze in Korea is crazy. That's for sure. They certainly love them some golf over there.
Yeah. All inspired by the great Pak Se-ri. And she won the US Open in the late 90s. Movement in this part for Kim Soo-ji, but it is for birdie at 15. But Nam, it's interesting now when you look at how much the golfing landscape has evolved, certainly in Asia. It was all about Korea. But now the rise of Japan and Thailand, where you must be very proud of the players that come up through the ranks. Why is it in Thailand we're seeing more great players? What have you noticed?
I just think, first and foremost, you got superstars like the Chutanagarn sisters, right? Obviously, you got Pornanong Petlam, who's been there for so long, but now you got the up-and-coming generation like Gino, who's been world #1, right now currently world #2, certainly inspiring a lot of young golfers to be part of the game, and they certainly are making it very cool. They certainly making the game of golf a cool thing for the young kids, and I love seeing that.
Yeah. Even par for Kim Soo-ji. And is it easy to play here in Thailand? Are there lots of opportunities?
Yes, certainly there's a lot of great playing opportunities, especially for our junior players. The development tour for our juniors are great. There's tournaments almost every weekend, and obviously the coaching is great as well. And of course, it's always hot. We don't have to worry about the snow here.
There's snow in Japan. And that's where Yamashita is from. But plenty of good golf courses and an excellent training system as well in Japan. Lots of opportunities and events to play on. Interesting tee shot here for Lee Ye-won. It's a double dog leg. It's an S in shape, the 15th hole.
Yeah, the tee shot dog legs a little bit to the left, and then of course your approach shot kind of tails back to the right there a little bit. I think we just saw Lee Yi-won on the right-hand side of the fairway there. It's going to be interesting to see how she bounced back from that double on hole number 14.
Well, this is what the best players on tour are so able to do. Compartmentalize, have that ability to forget and only focus on the shot in hand. So the second edition of this wonderful championship, $800,000 purse. 4 rounds last year, it was only 3. And it's won the first of 30 official events in 2025 on the KLPGA Tour. And it's attracted a star cast. Japan's Miyu Yamashita to play first.
.72 yards to the flag here. Very lucky to keep it on the fairway there. And as you see, it pays dividends right away. She was able to put the spin on that and certainly kept it close to the flag. If she makes that birdie, she will move up to 5 under par.
And in fact, she's playing so well. If that goes in, she'll get to within 1. We need Park Hyung-kyung now to stay in touch as well on 2 under. In with a chance of moving to 3. But not happy. Oh, they've got high expectations, these players, Nam.
Yeah, certainly. Only if, like, I would say 15 feet from the flag there.
And that's why we're in the commentary box and not out there on the golf course. They're the experts.
Only 56 yards for Lee Yi-won here. Just another flip wedge for her. Ooh, and a beautiful wedge shot there. How quick does she bounce back there, Kate?
Good scrambling.
Like you say, you gotta have a memory of a goldfish. You gotta forget quick out here.
Tiger Woods talked about having an imaginary line that, as angry as he would get, that line 10 feet ahead of him. After that, he had to forget and only focus on the shot ahead. The 16th hole is a gentle dogleg left and an easy drive if you take it down the right-hand side, but tree-lined all the way.
Certainly cannot miss the fairway here. A short little par 4. Another birdieable par 4 here as well before the players finishes their round. But the key here is their approach shot. The fairways, the green certainly is breaking up into 3 segments here: left, middle, and right. And it seems like Apichaya Yubon found the bunker off the tee here. 119 yards.
That's fantastic for distance control from Yubon. Great touch from out of the bunker.
Yes, you better watch out. If she catches another couple of birdies here, she's just about to go on fire.
Kim Soo-ji. Different angle. Coming from the right-hand side of the fairway. Huge bunker short of this green. Pin tucked towards the back.
107 yards to the flag.
Oh, right about there.
And she just nearly jarred it, folks. Man, Tiger Woods made those fist bump calls, didn't he? And another look here at that beautiful approach shot here.
All over it from Soo-ji. Best shot into 16 we've seen so far. So kick and birdie it will be for Kim. Good drive from Ma Da-som.
Only 82 yards to the flag here for Ma Da-som. Just not completely dialed in with her distance control so far, but still a pretty clean scorecard. 1 bogey, 1 birdie, and been able to get to a good start so far.
A birdie opportunity now for Park Hyung-kyung. Up and out of it quickly. I think maybe she thought she wasn't going to make that, but that is an excellent 4. That was a slippery putt on 15, and it moves to Park to 3 under par.
Yeah, I think she was even a little surprised that one went in. All right, here's a player we cannot take our eyes off, Yamashita.
And this to get to within one. Oh, brilliant. Dribbled it down, but pulled it out from the middle. That's a lovely 4 from you. And have a look at this scorecard. No drop shots, plenty of birdies, and looking very good indeed. 3 holes remaining. Can she beat the clubhouse target set on Thursday of 65? There's every chance she can.
All right, Lee Yi-won for her birdie. All right, and no problem at all. Birdie come back after that. 2 drop shots on number 14. I'm sure her and her caddy are going to have a talk about that. Hole 14 on which club to take.
Well, if it's left or right, blame the coach. If it's long or short, blame the caddy. So let's see if he's here tomorrow. I'm sure he will be. 17th hole. Here we are now with 16th even, Ma de Som. Her expressions make me laugh. She always looks like, I'm just a bit fed up out here at the moment. Nothing's going quite right. Certainly a talented player, 3-time winner last year on tour, even par. Just the 1 birdie and the 1 drop shot, but knowing that she needs to move up a gear, keep that lead within her sight. A couple of good shots in though from Arpachaya Yubon and also Kim Soo-ji in close on 16. Nam, you've coached and looked after some good tour players. What is it you admire about the games that these players have this week?
Number one thing is that they are patient. They're very patient, and you could see how much they pay attention to the details. And when the moments get really big, you could see how these players really kind of slow down, really take the time. You could see Piano, Arpachaya Yubon right here. She certainly feel the fire come in, and she certainly feel like the momentum is starting to pick up by her side. She's stringing on these couple of good shots over and over again. Now she knows the importance is to make it pay with her putter.
Oh, well, she is tuning up, and that will be music to her ears. A piano now, back-to-back birdies, 4 under par, and only 3 shots off the pace. Well, certainly taking her time over this birdie putt for Kim Soo-ji.
To break into the red numbers before the last 2 holes.
Finally, it went in for a 3. Certainly took an awful long time over that putt. That first birdie. Patience comes. All good things come to those who wait.
All right, let's take a look at this beautiful number 17 par 3, 158 yards. Like Kate had mentioned, this green is very unique. today. The distance is 139 yards, but remember the pin location is on the very front of the green here. If the rules official decide to move it to the back middle or back right, this hole certainly plays a little bit longer and it brings in that water hazard into play more than it does today. All right, at 4 under par. 139 yards. Apishaya Yubon. Oh, and there she goes, Kate. There she goes.
That's another excellent shot in from Yubon. Looking to finish strong. Lovely birdie on 16. Only a 9-iron required from Kim Suji.
Wow, what an incredible shot. After that first birdie on hole number 16, she's starting to find her momentum.
And zeroing in on the flag. Those last 2 irons have been exceptional. Well, the back 9 for Mar de Som has only yielded 1 bogey. Went out in 35, so even par for the round. But 3 great shots in to the heart of 17, the final par 3, and 3 great looks at a birdie 2. Wonderful views here of the Blue Canyon course, 36 holes. We are on the Canyon course this week, and barring a birdie run from Yamashita, who's currently in a tie for second on 6 under par. It looks like the lead constructed by Koju will remain intact. A 65. That was some impressive golf early this morning, Nam.
Yeah, certainly with the morning round being a little bit windier, I think that was a little bit of a trick because most of the afternoon players was expecting more wind in the afternoon. But let's take a look on the second page of the leaderboard here. You got some different names on here as well. You got Moon Jing Moon sitting at 4 under par. Of course, some of our Thai players, Apishaya Yubonwet, we just saw on our live TV there, making a couple of birdies to move up the leaderboard as well. And then of course, Pachara Juta Kongprapan certainly sitting at 4 under par as well.
Yamashita making moves on day 1, collecting plenty of birdies, and this is another one on 16, and this to join the lead. Just hitting the brakes, the final few rolls. But an easy par it is indeed for the diminutive Japanese player. Only trailing by 1 shot. What a great looking scorecard there. Out in 32, picking up 2 more birdies on the back 9. There's still 2 holes for Yamashita. Can she join Koju on top of the leaderboard on 7 under par? Now this is where the approach of Lee Ye-won has ended up.
All right, our defending champ looking to move back up to 4 under par. This will be a back-to-back birdie here for her. And just missed it on the high side there.
Park Hyung-kyung. She had a good spell last year, winning those back-to-back events, the Mona Yongpyong Open and the BC Card Hankyung Ladies Cup. Try saying those quickly, Nam.
Please don't let me try.
But 7 wins for Park Hyung-kyung. She's one of the most popular players on tour. Certainly a big hit with the fans. Attracts a significant following. And not the longest player on tour, only just inside the top 50 in driving distance, but her accuracy off the tee sets her up beautifully for the approach. And she's had a good approach here into 16. So this now for 3. With a glove on, that is not a problem for Park Hyung-kyung. And moving to 4 under. Reduce that margin at the top.
All right, let's move forward here on hole number 17 after those beautiful tee shots by the young ladies in this pairing. Let's see who capitalized on the birdies here. Marisol. Oh, and just missed it on the low side there. Wasn't sure if it ran out of pace or just did not play enough break. But the frustration continues to build on for Marisol. Certainly a beautiful ball striker, and as many greens as she found, of course it must be frustrating if she can't capitalize on those birdies there.
Good look at this putt now for Yubon. It's been a great back 9 so far. Birdies on 10, 12 and 15. There's a lot in this putt now.
Yeah, certainly. To move up to 5 under par here for Pichaya Yubon. Oh, and just burns the top edge there. Couldn't believe that didn't drop for her.
Four under, and just the 18th hole awaits. Suji. Certainly not the fastest player on tour. Took her time over the short birdie putt on 16. This is for another birdie. So slowly trying to peck away at that lead. 7 under, setting the pace. But now back-to-back birdies. This would be for Kim. Slid across the hole, more break than she thought.
She's certainly not taking those short putts lightly, Kate.
There's no tap-ins from Suji Kim, that's for sure. Okay. And so a 3 it finally is for Kim Suji.
Yeah, you could see she has a little bit of worry with that putter a little bit.
Thorough, hey? Deliberate. There's many ways to describe. Now, those are the hands that belong to Park Sun-hyung. And it was such a good start. Her fans would have been absolutely thrilled. At one point in the round was 5 under par. Has dropped back now to 3. Well, there's so many fans that follow her, she actually puts on a concert every year where she sings to them. Thousands come along, and it's the highlight of their year. The ones that we saw today lining the fairway, you can hear them in the distance.
Yeah, the multi-talented Park, 3 under par today. You could see on her scorecard, lots of birdies, but too many mistakes today to be at the top of the leaderboard.
So I don't know if she'll be singing for her fans this evening. There's work to do, but still 3 under. And not out of it by any stretch of the imagination. 7 under, leading the way. Now this is Jeong Yoon-ji. It's been a struggle today for Jeong. 2 over par. Only player in this group over. But a great shot into 18. This would make dinner. Maybe a pad thai taste that a little bit better this evening. This a birdie. Unfortunately had a double bogey on the 16th hole and dropped a shot on 14. So a round in the end of 74 for Jeong. So a chance tomorrow, but it's the top 60 and ties will advance through to the weekend. Yoo Hyun-jo, the third player in this group, who's had an excellent day, 3 under par. And this is for birdie on 18. That is some shot in. And no problems there. A couple of birdies on the front 9, other birdies on 11, 14 and 17 and 18. So back-to-back birdies. A couple of 2s on the back 9 for Yoo. 4 under.
Yeah, certainly those back-to-back birdies will make dinner taste a little bit better. All right, back to number 17, par 3. With this pin location, players are looking to attack. Par from 139 yards. She didn't like it.
And that's why that is a miscue. That is an error for a player of her quality and her brilliance. So a bit of work to do. 3 under. Might hear those planes above. We are right next to the airport now.
Yeah, certainly we are very close to the airport here in Phuket, the closest golf course to the airport. So for anybody looking to visit Phuket, this could be your first golf destination.
For sure. I came from Singapore, and the flight's only just over an hour. You gain an hour from Singapore, so you could be flying at 8. You could be on the golf course by 9:30.
There we go.
Full weekend of golf awaits, and that's what plenty of those who live in Singapore do. And why not? Fantastic golfing venue, and what a fantastic performance it's been from Yamashita. It's another good shot. Three under par for Lee.
Only a 9-iron for Lee.
And now, as we watch her swing and attack this par 3 17th, what is it that you like about her swing? What good traits has she got?
Well, certainly the combination of power and finesse. You know, she's not one of the bigger players out here, but she still can hit it a ways out there. But the main thing is she keeps it on line. That means her swing is on plane very well, and her club face control is spectacular, as she shows that again and again and again. Of course, very well deserving of a defending champ here. All right, let's take a look at our closing hole here on hole number 18, par 4. For the ladies, we're teeing off at 340 yards. You can see they have to carry that water hazard, which is not in play, but that fairway bunker is. Certainly this green slopes severely from front to back. You cannot be long. This is a no-no for going long here. Only 105 yards. Looking to set herself up for one final birdie. And that's what I'm talking about, Kate. It's tempting to go for the green, but if you go long, it's a huge mistake.
Two enormous drives from Yubon's playing partners. Not sure if Yubon caught that drive too well, but playing partners Kim Soo-ji and Ma Da-som just 76 yards in now for Kim.
Oh, and a beautiful wet shot there for her. We still see some smiles.
As the cameraman get in position to bring this shot home. 74 yards. Ma Da-som. Well, Ma Da-som would love to finish with a birdie, even par for the round today. There's a birdie opportunity here. This now for Lee at 17.
Seems low the whole way, right off the putter face there.
A 3 it will be, and 3 under. Lee will remain. All these players play a lot of golf, playing roughly 26, 27 events of the 30. I suppose it's easy, a bit like being in Japan as well now, where you are traveling around one country. You know, on other tours like the LPGA that was just recently in China, and also in Singapore and Thailand. There's an awful lot more to get to each event. But 2 wonderful tours, the JLPGA and the Korean Tour. And this Japan Tour has produced arguably what could well be a world beater. Yamashita now to join the lead on 7 under par. Oh, putting is so good. What a weapon. Not the longest off the tee, but wow.
Seems
3 twos as well.
Seems like she's got a remote controller on that putter.
I want to go for a putting lesson with Yamashita. Makes it look very easy. Well, that was fantastic. So
Tied for the lead at 7 under par.
It looked like that was going to be a tall order at the beginning of the day. That's a great score, 65. Still a hole remaining though for Yamashita. And also for Park.
And she's in for a par. Park, one of our fan favorites from Korea, certainly strung herself a great round of golf as well at 4 under par. 1 more hole to go.
Well, to the action on 18. Arpachai U-Bolt to putt first. This for a 3 for the Thai player.
To move up to 6 under par. Oh, and never a doubt. How about that? How about that? 6 under. She just snuck her way right back into that back 9. 4 under par on that back 9. Incredible display of golf from Apishaya Yubon, the pride of Thailand.
And 3 birdies on the bounce there from 15, 16 and 18. So 3 birdies in 4 holes. So that is a strong finish from Arpachaya. A round of 67. Marderson also with a birdie chance.
Certainly had lots of opportunity to get in the red figures. 1 more opportunity here on number 18.
Grabbing some of the hole, but not all of it. That kind of sums up Marderson's day. It's going to be an even par round of 72. But a 4-time winner on tour, with 3 of those wins coming in 2024. We certainly know that she's capable of taking it low. And will that happen on Friday? And now Kim Soo-ji. This also for a birdie and for a round of 70. Round of 70.
Oh, and it was low the whole way.
So a round of 71 it will be for Kim Soo-ji. 3-time major champion on her home tour of Korea. Finding herself in Phuket this week and playing for the 2nd time in this fantastic event, the Blue Canyon Ladies Champion, that's been supercharged in 2025. increase in prize money. It's now 72 holes and attracting a stellar cast, including this player, the co-leader, Miyu Yamashita. Here she is on 18.
Might have been the first fairway she missed all day there, Kate.
Yeah, she doesn't miss much. She's the type of player that is able to notch a low score. At the beginning of last year on the LPGA, fired a 60.
All right, Park with her tee shot here on number 18. Oh, and just a massive drive from her. Lee Yi-won. She's certainly got a little bit of that Lydia Ko essence, doesn't she?
Well, there's really not much of her, but it generates an awful lot of power.
Oh, just look at the way she snaps her hips.
Great drive as well from Lee. There's a driver 3-wood, 2 and 3 hybrid in the bag. Driver that time, and that's shooting up the fairway on 18. Well, Ko Ju, who had the lead all to herself for most of the day, now has company as Miyu Yamashita, the young Japanese player, joins her on 7 under par. There is still a chance to eclipse Ko, and it's been a wonderful day for Yamashita, who, in fact, when we saw her on the first tee, kind of pulled her tee shot left, and it didn't look particularly good. But then look at the score she's compiled. Stitched together so many birdies beautifully. So we'll be the first to play in this group, not long off the tee. That's not her strength, but it certainly gets stronger from here on in.
Only 118 yards to the flag here. We just saw Apichaya Yubon made a birdie from that same exact position. That's exactly what's going to be required of her if she wants to take over Ko Ji-yu. All right, and on the right-hand side of the fairway there, from 95 yards.
Generating plenty of spin, getting action with that wedge.
And of course, our longest hitter in this group, Park, only 72 yards away from the flagstick here.
Good control. That was a good line in. Well, the final group, as they make their way up the fairway, have combined to generate 18 birdies, 1 bogey, 1 double. They are 15 under par collectively as a 3-ball. So it's been an impressive display of golf. And are there 3 more birdies to add to that tally? The lead to play first.
So close. still such an incredible opening round. She's really had such a great opening round, except the mishap on number 14 there. 5 birdies for the day, 1 double bogey, 3 under par for her opening round.
Well, Yamashita, and this for sole possession of the lead and for a round of 64.
Let's see if she's got a little bit more magic left in that putter to finish her round today for 8 under par. Oh.
She's human. Still a mighty impressive day.
Yeah, an incredible opening round. 8 birdies, bogey free. Oh, 7 birdies, bogey free. Certainly just incredible how good her opening round was today.
And leading the Japanese contingent, drawing up alongside Ko Jiu, 65.
Park working diligently with her caddy, trying to pick the spot.
Hard to recognize him. He's pretty well covered, isn't he? Doesn't need any factor 50. Well, this for a birdie for Park Hyung-kyung on 18.
Oh, it just did not break at the very end.
Well, certainly a nice try. And it's going to be a kick in par for a player whose socks I admire. I don't think I could quite pull them off in the same way that she does. But smiley faces, and should be as well after a good day at the golf course. 4 under par. 68, lovely back 9, 33, collecting those 3 bogeys. But a good day for all 3 of those players, all returning under par scores. But Yamashita in particular making the biggest impression from the afternoon wave of players, a 65. Ko Jiu, who teed off early this morning, she'll be out late tomorrow afternoon. 120 players, and the cut will be made at the top 60 and ties. And so the final day draws to a close. And we've been treated to some excellent golf. Nam Padung joins us in the commentary box this week. And Nam, it's wonderful to see this whole kind of kaleidoscope of nationalities all teeing it up here for the second year of this championship.
Yeah, it's incredible to see the powerhouses like Korea, Japan, Thailand. Obviously, you got players from Vietnam as well here competing with us at Phuket Blue Canyon.
Highlights? Well, there have been plenty throughout the course of Thursday. And the 10th hole, the par 4, it's the dogleg round the corner and a great shot in from the Japanese player. Yamashita in close.
Yeah, certainly we're going to see her on the highlights quite often here. And of course, she rolls in for another birdie there on number 10.
Yeah, went out in 32, so moved very quickly to 5 under par. From across the green at the 11th, this was Park Hyung-kyung. One under until this point, and that quickly moved to 2 under. An excellent putt from Park. And then how about this at the 15th hole from the defending champion now?
Yeah, just a kick and birdie after that hiccup on number 14 certainly shows her paralysis on how to bounce back quickly.
3 under at that point, pars in for Lee, round of 69 from her. And then there were more birdies to come from Park Hyung-kyung, this at the 16th. Looking to go back-to-back at this point.
Yes, and of course, never a doubt after that bomb of a putt she dropped in on number 11. Certainly, she kept it rolling on 15 and 16.
Around a 68 it was from Park on the finishing hole, but Yamashita, so impressive today. No drop shots, and how good was the putter?
I don't know what was more impressive, the bogey-free round or the 7 birdies she made today.
And she also liked the par 3s, birdieing 3 of them, 3 2s on the scorecard. Now, Yu Hyun-jo, a short putt for Yu on the 18th hole. Yu high-fiving her caddy for a job well done. In spite of a drop shot on 9 as well as 12, but a 68 from Yu. But this was earlier in the day now.
Yeah, this was our morning wave here. You could see how much that putt breaks, but she certainly measured it well.
And Ko Ju, 31 on the back 9. So tearing up the final 9 holes. And to really make a statement early, Ko Ju, a 2-time winner on tour, won last year at the Haight Resort Ladies Open, but tops the leaderboard out of 120 players that all took to the Canyon course this morning. So some impressive scoring from the best from the Korean Tour, Japan and Thailand, as well as other Asian countries that have all fielded their best players through the national qualifiers and through sponsors' invites as well to be part of the action. This has been the first round of the second edition of the Blue Canyon Ladies Championship, and we've got a lot to look forward to tomorrow now.
Yeah, absolutely. Certainly lots of good golf to be played. You could see the 2 leaders there sitting at 7 under par. 2 very, very impressive round, and of course, lots of players nipping at their heels.
If we roll through the second page of the leaderboard and go a little bit further down, there's PK Konkrapan in the clubhouse with a 68.
Yeah, PK, we see you.
And then other notable performances as well from Park Hyung-kyung. Moon Jeong-min also in with a 68, and Hong Ji-won. Plenty of low scoring. And if we go a little bit further down the leaderboard, the players still out on the golf course. Park Ji-hee and Takagi Yuna, they are 3 under in their campaign. But all of these players under par finding birdies out there. Navaporn Sontriyapas, good day for her. And Lee Shu-ying, 2 under today, played last week in Blue Bay and had her chances of lifting the title. It was a fantastic performance for the player from China. Huang Yumin, a contender last year in the clubhouse with a 70.
And of course, we cannot not mention our amateur player from Thailand, Angel Thongkaram. Certainly a beautiful round of 1 under par as well. Okay, this is her home golf course. Only 16 years old, playing in a professional event, representing her home turf very well. After the round, I asked her, was she impressed with the 1 under par round? And she was like, nah, I left too many birdies out there.
But the 16-year-old amateur Angel, 71. And what an amazing opportunity having the chance to play with this star quality. But more players now. Bang Shin-sil, the longest player on tour. In the end, it was a 71 for Shin-sil. Kim Min-sum, the 7th. So in with a 1 under par round. I want to know what happened to Kim Min Sun 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Note, a flood of good players, all here. But as we return to the top of the leaderboard, it's a two-way tie at the top on 7 under. 2 rounds of 65 from Korea and Japan. Ko-Ju and Yamashita Miyu leading the way after round 1 of the Blue Canyon Ladies Championship.
And of course, for 60 in ties right now, we're sitting at even par. But the projected cut for tomorrow, I believe, is looking right about at 2 under par.
Which is low. So those currently on even par have their work cut out tomorrow. They're going to be through to the weekend. Well, what a good day it has been. Plenty of birdies thrown at the golf course and a fantastic venue. But from Nam Padung and myself, Kate Burton, we hope you've enjoyed the action and that you can join us tomorrow for round 2 of the Blue Canyon Ladies Championship.
Kate, thank you very much, and thank you everybody for tuning in.